Hello. This is the Paul and Steven podcast show, and my name is Paul Sharland. I'm off-plan director at Haus. I came to Dubai in 2005. I would like to pass over to my friend Steven Leckie, who's going to introduce himself.
Yes, thank you, Paul. Steven Leckie, Associate Director, Real Estate Agent at Haus. And yeah, that's me, really.
Thank you, Steven.
Yes.
Well, just to remind everyone, Steven and I, we had a couple of breaks in between, but we've worked together for about 20 years in the Dubai real estate market. We've seen quite a lot, obviously with the different property markets and the swings and flows. But we was actually going to have a little chat about something else this morning. At the moment, we're going through this period, like Dubai real estate is like the thing, it's the job to have in the world. You know, all the 20-somethings in Europe, in the UK, got to get out to Dubai, want to be doing real estate, making millions of dirhams, we're going to be doing this, we're going to be doing that. So because of that, there's been some new companies come on board. There's been a bit of movement. Now, I'm not going to talk any more about it. Steven's got got some thoughts. Steven, please share what you think about this sort of transition of people going here and there, and these agents offering all these amazing things.
I've been giving this a lot of thought recently.
Right.
In fact, I've spent the morning or the last hour or so talking to all the new starters in the training rooms and trying to understand what it is about the reasons why they came to Haus, etc. And it's quite interesting because there's no one that gave me a reason that I hadn't heard before. And the reasons are the same reasons why I work here in Haus. Look, both you and I have both worked in numerous companies here in Dubai, and we've moved from one to the other. But we've learnt, I think, from that and those mistakes, the mistakes we make in thinking that the grass is greener, I'm going to get something better at another company. And I think it came up in the morning in the Monday meeting. James's meeting on Monday is where all the agents in the meeting voted on what is the most important working ethos, and the word was consistency. And I think that's the moving from one company to another and this thinking that it's going to be better at another company without showing that you have been consistently doing what is necessary to do in the company that you're at. And I'm not just talking about Haus, sticking to the company that you're with quite often can be a big benefit, and being consistent in what you're doing and the way that you work. Now, we've seen people come and go in Haus, yeah?
Yes.
And what do you think what are the sort of top three reasons why people are doing that?
I'm just going to give my general opinion. So we both came in 2005. We worked for Dubai Luxury Homes. That was a really good company to work for with a good culture. That doesn't exist anymore. Sotheby's bought Dubai Luxury Homes in 2010. So we've both worked together. We've worked at different companies. And I think we're both in full agreement that of all the companies we've worked at in Dubai and the different experiences we've had with the property market here, Haus to us, it's a very strong company with a brilliant culture, great support, a good network of people. And to me, it ticks, like if there was enough boxes to tick, it would tick every box. There's no other company to me that can offer what Haus offer. Now, I'm talking about me as an experienced broker. I'm also of the strong belief that if you're new to Dubai or you're new to real estate in Dubai, then obviously it's very important the company you join. Now, if you're joining a company because they're offering you a certain commission rate, or if you're joining a company because they're offering you a certain amount of leads every day, why are they doing that? A lot of these companies are new companies, so they need the staff. They're going to offer these things. They're going to incentivize the people to go to them. Now, but what you have to then look at is that like this company, what background do they have? What network do they have to support the brokers, to help them, to train them up, to be good at the job, to make lots of money? Now, I know that Haus offer that. I know that we are extremely strong at training. I know that we are very strong at support. And I know that other companies try and offer that, but they can't offer it because it's not possible what we can do. Now, but people are still going. They still think the grass is greener. You know, it may be a little bit of inexperience and they're sold the dream. But I think the outcome, you know, these better commission rates, I think best way to explain it is if you're on a certain commission rate and you do 10 sales, you'll make quite a lot of money. If you're on a brilliant commission rate and you only do 1 sale, you get paid a bit, but you haven't done 10 sales. So that, to me, is one of the big differences. Stephen?
I think you're absolutely right. I mean, there's a couple of things. One is we have, certainly on the secondary market, on the villa sales and apartment sales, they have a system called Repeat, which is the CRM system. And that is based on a very collaborative working environment. And that's where I think we differentiate ourselves as a real estate company, both for the agents, but also for our clients. Because if you have a property to sell or to rent out, you're going to give it to one of our agents, and then our agents, it's quite possible that there may be 40 people in the company have got 40. They've got 40 clients out there who could buy that house, and that information is spread throughout the whole company via Repeat. Yes.
Yes.
It's not done on a WhatsApp group. It's not done where everybody goes around the whole office saying, I've got this, have you got anybody for it? It's there in front of everybody. They can work from home, they can work from Thailand, they can work from the office here, and they can find out what everybody's got and what's available, and they can offer it to them. So we do a lot of collaborative deals, a lot of shared deals, etc. And I was just talking to one of the training groups just now, and they were asking me, what's the biggest mistake? There's a lot of mistakes that I've made, certainly, and I've learned along the way. But I think one of the mistakes I see from agents is that they just think about money. And I think that is a huge mistake if you just focus on how much money I'm going to make. First of all, that's really not very good for your clients. And it's a very short-term thinking, because actually what you should be thinking is, what's the best thing I can do for this client? Because when you have that idea behind you, and I think that's where House & House differentiate themselves again amongst a lot of other agencies out there, is that it's all about the client. This business was set up by 3 guys to be good for agents, which they knew would then be very good for clients.
These 3 gentlemen, Luke, James and Simon, they set up...
Thank you, I'm glad you remember their names.
Luckily, I don't know their last names. So basically, the whole ethos of them setting up the company was to offer the best client experience, wasn't it?
Exactly. So if you're working in a collaborative environment, that has got to be good for everybody. It's got to be good for all the agencies, and it's got to be good for your clients. And there's one other thing as well. Sorry, I keep going on about this, but I'm quite passionate about it, is we are very patient with agents here. So new agents who join the company, and not everybody hits the ground running, but if we see that they are working hard and they're following the values and they turn up, and
I'll tell you what I'd like to talk about briefly, because we're on this subject. Now, we both work in the off-plan department. Yeah. You're a manager and director in the off-plan. I'm the off-plan director. Now, we have this ethos in off-plan that we should all work together. There's about 70 of us. There's 70 to 80 agents. So our view is that, we've got different teams. So the teams work together, or within the teams, but all the teams should work together. Now, we know we've been doing this job a long time, 20 plus years. We've worked in different environments, both friendly, toxic, you name it. We know for fact that if you all work together, you help each other, you might have the answer to a question about a property, you might have a good suggestion about a location, it could be anything. If you all work together, then generally what happens is you do more deals. If you do more deals, you make more money.
Yes.
That is how House & House off-plan works.
Yes.
We all work together to do the best experience for our clients, and for us to do the most deals and the most good deals for our clients.
Exactly. What do we say? We build it and they will come. Work hard and the money will come. I mean, you stick to the values and the money will come. You just got to be patient, and you've got to stick to the process.
I'll say something. Like there's a lot of people coming to Dubai. There's a lot of the 20-somethings, 30-somethings. It's the best place in the world now. If you want my opinion on who to work for, I'm going to be a little bit biased. If you don't join House & House, you're probably making a mistake. That's what I will say on that. If you want to be successful and you work hard, you have the best chance of being successful at House & House. I can guarantee that. You get the best support. I think we've covered that now. I think you know where you should be working. I think we better talk about the market now, Stephen. Right, the summer's here. We've had a huge amount go on. There's loads going on in the region. We're on a 4-year bull market. It's gone a bit quiet now, as it should do, because it's the height of the summer. My opinion, this could be wrong. I could regret saying this. I really do think from September, October, it could get very, very busy if things remain calm. Stephen, what's your thoughts?
Well, definitely. Look, we had a little hiccup a couple of weeks ago with the geopolitical situation in the region. I think that's probably slowed people's opinion, decision-making process. It slowed it down somewhat, but I think things are looking up. I think it's where it should be. Quite frankly, we're in the middle of July and August to get out of it. People are arriving now. I haven't spoken to the leasing guys recently, but I do believe that the market's a little bit slow on leasing side. But we fully expect August time to start really ramping up because people will be arriving here.
I know personally, so I'm assuming it's UAE wide or Dubai wide. I know 4 families. They've got young children who are moving here this August. They've got school places, 2 from the UK, 1 from Germany, 1 from Holland. So if I know 4 people, then probably there's probably hundreds of families coming here in August.
I know plenty of people who are moving here. I met a family the other day. They're sending their kids first to come and work here.
Really?
Yeah. They don't want their kids to work in the UK because they don't think there's actually much.
Do you know what? That's a mistake. They should work in the UK first and pay tax.
Yeah.
So they know what paying tax is like, and then they should move to Dubai. If they work in Dubai first, paying no tax, well, they're never going to work anywhere else.
Well, that's a good thing.
Well, there you go. They're going to stay.
Yeah, they'll stay.
Oh, more
but
people.
so they got their kids are coming here to work. Probably they might even come and work at
How old are they? 8 and 9?
No, they just finished university.
Oh, they're 20-something.
Yeah, 20
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, young people.
And what they're going to do over here? Real estate or something else?
Probably real estate or some other job, etc.
Yeah.
But they've come over here, and parents are helping them find somewhere to live. I think Emirates is one of the jobs I know, and real estate is the other one. The 2 people I've spoken to. The kids are coming over here. They want them to be settled. They want to know that they're really like it. And then the parents love it already because they come here on holiday all the time, and now they want to come and move, but they want to make sure that the family wants to come as well. I've got some other people who are in the process of selling their company in the UK, and interestingly, they have done the deal with the buyers on the company, but they're asking not to get paid yet, and they want to move here, which they're about to do.
Yes.
Move here, and then I think there's a certain period of time, and then they want to get the money.
Yes.
And we all know why that is.
Yes.
Yes.
I think that we really can't call it. This is a really difficult time in terms of what's going to happen. But if you look at generally what's gone on over the last couple of months, so let's rewind a little bit. Trump winning, obviously that has now caused a problem for Europe. It's caused a problem for Europe for at least Trump's term, but probably longer. So what we know is that the US is no longer the protector of the UK and Europe. So that's a problem. So we know that the defence spending, I thought was going to be 3%. Now they're talking about 5% of GDP.
In the UK?
UK, Germany, France, 5% they're talking now. This is billions and billions and billions and billions. This means that there's going to be welfare cuts, unfortunately. So there's going to be more miserable people and more crime. It means there's going to be tax rises, which means that more rich people will probably want to move out of Europe and move to Dubai to not pay any tax. We know that is happening on a big scale. It could actually be an industrial scale now. We don't actually know, but it could happen, and it could happen this year. We will see.
We will see. Look, we keep talking about this all the time. We only talk to people who want to come and live here. We don't really talk to people who don't like Dubai.
No. One thing I'd like to say, Stephen, is that let's look back what's happened over the last sort of 18 months, 2 years. What's happened in this region has been a lot worse than anyone expected. Like far worse. I never expected Iran to get involved. I never expected the war to last this long. Nothing has changed in Dubai. It's had no impact at all, apart from maybe 1 or 2 quiet weeks occasionally. So this surely is just proof that, yes, we're in the Middle East, but Dubai is a safe haven. As I keep saying, it's the safest safe haven in the world. We've got a lot of mess going on in this region, and it's still the safest place to be, and it's still the place people want to move to. It's still happening. It's just, I think it just shows how strong the UAE is as a place where people want to live.
No, I agree. And summer's lovely. Although it's hot, there's no traffic.
No, and if you want to go and travel the whole of Dubai, if you do it in August, literally you can travel the whole of Dubai in a week. If you try and do that any other time of the year, it'll take you a month. And it will, just because of the traffic. I don't know what the traffic's going to be like in September, because there's going to be more people on the school run. There's going to be more kids going to school. There's going to be more people living here and working here. But we just get on with it, because they're just going to build more roads.
Which they are doing.
I tell you what, I went out yesterday to Business Bay, no word of a lie. I last went 3 weeks ago, exactly the same place. I went on 2 new roads there and a new road back, which didn't exist 3 weeks ago. That is what Dubai does. How quickly do they build roads?
I know.
It's mental.
Yes.
Amazing. And they're going to keep on doing it.
True that. One of the things that I've heard people say recently, and I wonder what you have to say about it, is people are telling me that off-plan property is the same price or more than completed property.
Yep.
Tell me what you have to say about that.
I think it should be the same price or more. And the reason I say that is, all right, that's a completed property that person's looking at. So you know exactly what you're going to get. But that person has put down 100%. There's a very high chance that completed property hasn't been built as well as it could have been. Now, we know what we're selling off plan is being built to a higher standard with better engineering, better technology and better materials. So that should be a higher price. So I would prefer to wait 1 or 2 years to get a brand new property, better built with better facilities, just a nicer place to be, and put down 100% today on a property that's a bit tired and probably in 5 years will be worth less money. I prefer to buy something off plan, ready in 1 or 2 years, and I can sell it in 5 years and make a profit. So I've got a good exit strategy. Buying completed properties now doesn't give you as good an exit strategy.
Or as good a yield.
Exactly.
Now, on that subject, one could argue that a property that is being sold today that is ready was sold 3, 4, 5 years ago or 6 years ago, and it was sold at a much lower price.
Yes.
Okay. So therefore a much lower probably quality of materials, etc.
Yes.
Yes, the market's moved, and yes, we've seen some very big increases.
But what you just said is absolutely correct. So what Steven's saying is if a developer is selling at 1,000 dirhams per square foot, that when they're building that building, it's got to be built on 1,000 dirhams per square foot budget.
Yeah.
Now, if we're selling at 2,000 dirhams a square foot off plan today, we know that the materials engineering and the building is going to be built much, much better. So in a couple of years, what's been the better buy?
Sure. And by the way, not all off-plan properties are the same price or more than completed properties. There are some which are actually you look at some of the villas and townhouse communities some of these villas that are being sold at the moment off plan, they're going to be ready in 3 or 4 years. They're significantly lower price per square foot than we can find a completed villa or townhouse.
Well, to give you an idea, so we're selling Acres, we're selling Emaar Oasis, we're selling that between 1,700 to 1,900 dirhams per square foot. Now, today, completed, renovated property in Dubai Hills and Arabian Ranches, we've been selling for 3,000 to 3,500 dirhams per square foot. We know that Jumeirah Golf Estates property is sold up to 4,000 dirhams a square foot. Now, this is what we're saying. If you're buying an off-plan villa today, Emaar or Maras or a good developer, for below 2,000 dirhams a square foot, we're being really conservative. If we're selling above 3,000 dirhams today, that's going to be worth at least 2,500 dirhams a square foot on completion. Yes. So that's still a 30% uplift. Yeah. And that's still below today's prices. Yeah. So we're not being fantastical, we're being very conservative.
And it's not just houses, and there's some what should we call them, luxury properties today.
Yes.
Where you can spend 3,000 or 3,500 dirhams a square foot. You know what I'm talking about,
yes.
4,000 dirhams a square foot as an off plan. But the equivalent ready property today is selling for 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 10,000 dirhams a square foot. Yeah, you look at, well, we won't mention names, but we were talking the other day about a property which is over 25,000, 20,000
yes.
dirhams a square foot, whereas the other properties, which is probably going to be better,
yes.
is selling for what, 12 to 14,000 dirhams a square foot?
15.
Yeah. I think some of it actually is around 12 or 13.
Yeah.
Maybe the one that you sold is a bit more because it was higher, etc. But that's what we're saying. There is definitely still a lot of properties out there that are selling for less off plan there are some properties which are selling for more than completed properties. We know of one developer that always seems to sell off-plan properties for more than ready properties, yes, equivalent, and people don't make money out of them.
Yes. I'll tell you one thing.
Careful. You just have to be very careful. You have to engage the services of a qualified and knowledgeable real estate agent who will guide you through these anomalies in the market, because there are definitely opportunities for buying off-plan.
I'll tell you one thing that excites me, and people don't really talk about this, but we, like, with 20 years Dubai experience, a lot of the property, we know that it wasn't built to a very high standard. That's just a fact. Now, we are selling, obviously, a lot of off-plan property with good developers, with a good track record, who we know build quality projects. We have to forward think, but I'm excited, even though it's going to be in 2, 3, 5 years' time. The property you're going to get in Dubai, the quality of it is going to be like such a different level to what we know today. In 5 years' time, some of the property we have here is going to be like on a world-class level, which we've not had before. But in 5 years' time, we will definitely have it. That just shows, like, Dubai, another big step up.
No,
I'll say less than 5 years, 3 years.
I think we can't name names, because I don't want to name names, but we could, but we're not going to. But there are definitely, if someone had a conversation with me, I can give examples. I can even show you those examples physically, and you will see for yourself. You did something on the Palm recently. You went and had a look at a property on the Palm recently. I think you were quite disappointed, weren't you?
Yes.
The quality. And yet we know that there are some other projects probably very close to that one, which are going to be significantly better and probably cheaper today.
Yes. My son's a landscape architect person, yes. I probably told you that before, yes.
Yeah.
But
I know he worked for a very big company.
Cracknell he used to work for. Yeah, yes. Cracknell are the number one architect landscape, or one of them.
Landscape architects.
He works for Squared M. But he's doing 2 projects on the Palm currently. I don't know if I could name them, but one's Six Senses and one's Como. But their budgets and what they're doing with their landscaping, their greenery, is absolutely incredible. Yeah. Like another level of, like, expense, lushness, like like a tropical feeling in the desert.
That Kopinski down on the creek.
Well, that's Cracknell done there.
Yes, it looked amazing. I've been looking at some of the videos of that, just astonishing. Yeah. It's like, I want to live there.
Yeah.
I can't afford to live there, unfortunately, because it's way above my pay grade, but beautiful properties.
Yeah.
You're going on holiday. We're talking about summer holidays. I think a lot of people need to take a rest because it's been quite busy.
You tell me this, because we know this is going on. There seems to be, like, like when you twin a French village with a UK village, or a French town with a...
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
To me, Dubai, if you live and work in Dubai, you twin as a holiday destination Thailand.
Yeah.
Whether it's Phuket, Koh Samui, there's a huge amount of people doing that this year.
Yes.
Or the other one seems to be Marbella. A huge amount of people going to Marbella. I mean, apparently, like the Puente Romano, which is one of the best hotels there, that's where our friend's staying. Apparently they're calling that the GCC hotel this year. There's so many people coming from Dubai. Yeah. So
amazing.
There seems to be this, like, if you live and work in Dubai with this energy and frequency level that is like out of bounds to anywhere else in the world, and then we get on these planes and we go somewhere, and you say Thailand or Marbella, because I've lived in Marbella and I go to Thailand. I got married in Thailand. You go there to relax and like unwind. To me, it's the only places in the world. I've travelled a bit, but to me, for here to go to Thailand is like the only place you can go where you can actually properly switch off. Maybe Marbella second. What about you? Where do you go to switch off?
Well, I'll go to Europe, Italy. I love Italy.
Where'd you go in Italy?
Sibylline Mountains.
Okay.
If you know where that is.
No.
Sort of Ancona way.
Lovely. It's quite hilly there, isn't it? Rocky.
It's mountains, yeah.
Yeah, very.
People go skiing there. I had a very interesting conversation the other day with an Emirati guy, actually.
Okay.
And he was telling me that he'd had a very long discussion with a German person, so it's sort of all passed on. But he was talking about the Germans was telling the Emirati, and I thought this was very interesting, is that he saw there is a future, maybe in 4 or 5, 10 years or so, where coming to Dubai would be on a sort of token system. You know how we buy properties for our clients, and we go in, then we get a token, and then we wait.
Yeah.
He thinks that there will be so many people wanting to move to Dubai that you will have to wait for your turn.
Wow. And in 3 to 5 years?
It's sometime in the near distant future.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what, Stephen. If I was a property investor and I was told that news and I found out that was new, I'd be buying somewhere today.
It's a rumor that we should.
I'd be buying multiple properties today.
I think it was probably not the truth, but it just gave me something to think about in the fact that so many people are moving here. And we know already that I think the government have made plans for probably doubling the population over the next 15 years or so. Yes?
We'll probably be doubled by 2030 with the amount of people moving here.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So they're going to be playing catch up to cope with that amount of influx, both in property building, roads, infrastructure, job creation, businesses, etc., offices.
But they will do it.
Oh, yeah,
this is the difference. Exactly. This is a very, very, very important point. Yeah. What Stephen is talking about, the Dubai government, the UAE government will do all of these things.
Yes.
They won't do them in the UK or Europe, unfortunately, but they will do it here.
But obviously it's quite facetious, suggesting that we're going to have a token system to come and move to Dubai. But it's just interesting how it kind of makes you think, it is getting full. There are a lot of people coming here. And there's a lot of pressure on the government to make it obviously a good place for people to be, etc. Both on infrastructure, buildings. Look how much commercial property we're lacking in commercial property.
Yes,
we met with the commercial team this week.
Yes,
for instance. Yeah, I mean that's a new business for a lot of people.
I think, this is another subject, but certainly commercial offices in Dubai, which now, obviously, with all these businesses moving to Dubai, now there's a lack of commercial. There's actually a lack of grade A commercial space. A lot of the offices are just office blocks, not being built very well, haven't got very good elevators, haven't got very good lobbies. The commercial they're building now, the hotel, 5-star hotel lobbies, swimming pools, gymnasiums, top-class facilities to help their workers who are working in those offices. Actually, I know when this was the first company to introduce this was actually Deutsche Bank in the 90s, and this was in the city of London. So they had a very busy trading room, and everyone was stressing out, 12, 14-hour days and full on. And they realised their traders doing all this business was stressing them out, and they was like burning out, etc. So they provided these recreational facilities to be able to go and chill. And they worked over a period of time that their performers were performing much better, from their low performers to their top performers. Having that break and getting away just to readjust their brains was very beneficial. And that's what they're doing now. They're going to be, in 5 years' time, it's going to be all these commercial buildings with these amazing facilities. Another thing that Dubai is doing.
Can you imagine?
Just amazing.
Yes.
And before we go, this will be the last thing, because you didn't even know about this, and I was very, very surprised. So I'm going to tell a quick story. So last week, I left my wallet at work.
Yes.
And my wallet had my security card in and my credit cards, obviously. So I've got home to the Greens. I've gone to get my wallet to go through the security gate. Didn't have my wallet. So I called Steven Leckie, who happened to still be in the office. Brilliant. He found my wallet. I said, Steven, brilliant, thank you very much. I'll have Kareem come and pick it up now. Steve said, what's that? Steven said, what's that? So I said, well, it's just a service that'll come and get it. Now, this Kareem service, I ordered a moped. I gave him the pickup address, our office. He was here in 10 minutes. He drove to the Greens where I live, and I put the request in at 25 to 9. At 2 minutes to 9, I had my wallet back in my apartment in my hand.
How much did that cost you?
It cost me 30 dirhams, which is £6. Unbelievable. Yesterday, I picked up my trousers from the tailors. This is a true story. I got home and tried them on, and they were too short. I ordered a Kareem, called my tailors, say my trousers are coming back. Can you increase the length by ½ an inch and then send them back to me? I had them back within 2 hours last night. True story. I've got them on today. Amazing. That's where we're going to finish. 15-minute city. That's what Dubai offers. It offers absolutely everything else and 15-minute city.
And security.
And security.
You imagine
and
you're
safety.
giving your
and
wallet,
lovely restaurants.
Giving your wallet to a motorcycle courier.
Yeah. I've not locked my door once in Dubai in 20 years, just so you know.
Yeah, no one wants to come in.
No one wants to come in anyway, but yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheers, Stephen.
Cheers.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.